What up, people? It's your boy Marv, and this is The Nerds in the Hood. Folks, huge news coming out of Hollywood. Heard it here first. Well, if you're watching my show first, then you heard it here first. If you already heard it, you know the vibes. It's all good either way. But we have now confirmed what hit TV show, for that matter, is going to be crossing over with Abbott Elementary. So, Quinta Brunson, the creator of the show, has been teasing for a while that a crossover is coming. She's been telling people, confirming that a crossover will be coming with her show in this upcoming season that will premiere on October 9th. She never let us know what show it is. She just kept telling us and kept hyping us up and getting us excited for what possibilities it could be. And she told us that it will change TV as we know it. And on this day, the world's going to go crazy when we watch this. And nobody knew what it was. We had speculation. We had rumors. We could take educated guesses. We take random guesses. And people was throwing shows out left and right with only a few people being actually 100% right. And now, for those people that are 100% right, shout out to you. But I think we all kind of had a feeling it is going to be the hit TV series It's Always Sunny with Philadelphia. Now, for me, this is huge because It's Always Sunny with Philadelphia has been out since the mid to late 2000s. And Abbott Elementary is on its fourth season. It's only been out for a few years. So it doesn't even have that time to really say it's been on the air for a long time, but it's won a bunch of awards. It's won Emmys. I believe it's won Golden Globes. It's won a bunch of awards. And It's Always Sunny. What makes it funny outside of it being a funny show is that it doesn't really get the recognition that it truly deserves. You don't see it get nominated for a lot of awards. You don't see it win a lot of awards. You don't see them pull up to the Emmys like, yeah, all four of us is about to sweep. You don't see them go to the Golden Globes and be like, all four of us is about to sweep. The show is about to sweep. We're about to make it happen. You don't see that. So for this case, this is a real crossover episode because it's one of the most popular shows in the country crossing over with one of the most underrated shows in the country. Let's be real. Not a lot of y'all can sit here and tell me that you've seen every episode or a good amount of episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Hell, I'm not even going to admit to that. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend that I have seen every episode of the show. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've watched 5 seasons straight and love it. But what I can say is I do rocks with this show. One of my favorite episodes is when they tried out for the Philadelphia Eagles and Faison Love played one of the coaches and he told them that Donovan McNabb was there and all the guys got hyped. They was like, oh, snap, Donovan McNabb. And the guy pulls up. It's not him, first off. Not only was it not him, it was homie from The Cosby Show that played, I forgot, the oldest child's husband. Forgot his name. But it was that guy. He came out and he gave an impassioned speech and then he left. And Dennis and Mac looked and was like, that's not Donovan McNabb, bro. That's definitely not him. I can tell you it's not him. And Faison Love, as the coach, was yelling at them like, it's him, yo, relax. But I laughed so hard because I knew in my heart it wasn't him. I really binged this show in the beginning and I was like, this show is mad funny because it's just a wacky show. It's like they're all a bunch of idiots. They all say and do things crazy, but there's a lot of really dark humor. Like the fact that Dennis is narcissistic sometimes. Sometimes he is really creepy with women. The fact that Dee is just trying to be the better person of all of them and they treat her like crap so many times. But be that as it may, if you didn't see the show, binge on it. You don't have to watch everything, but at least watch a good amount of it so you understand what's going on in the crossover when the crossover premieres. That's the other thing. She hasn't given us a date as to when this episode will premiere. We just know that season 4 will premiere on October 9th, which is coming up really, really soon. By the time you see this video, it might already be out. But with that being said, we just have to prepare ourselves for history in the making. The reason why I say that is because one thing we know is that when shows cross over, it's usually shows that are kind of in a similar vibe, a similar universe, or they just make sense when they cross over. It's not often two very random shows cross over and it just works. Now, the one thing we know that these two shows have in common is that they're both their show's universe basically is centralized in Philadelphia. Both shows take place in Philadelphia all the time. It's not often they leave Philadelphia. Maybe Always Sunny has done it a few more times, but that's because they've been on the air longer. And I think Abbott's done it maybe once or twice. So it's not often that these two shows really leave Philly. But both shows are centered in Philly. But what's crazy is that Abbott is about a school and it's a mockumentary. It's basically like The Office or Modern Family. It's a mockumentary show where these characters do confessionals and they talk about what's going on and stuff like that and they say their jokes. But it's a mockumentary to show today's modern school system in Philly. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, on the other hand, is not a mockumentary. It's a straight sitcom satire show. It is I don't know if you want to say if it's a single cam, or I think in this case it's more of a multicam shot show, meaning like there's different angles. So I think that's the better way of putting it. It's a multicam show. But at the end of the day, it's not a mockumentary. This is a group of people that are living everyday lives and nobody's taping it, according to the story. You know what I'm saying? So how these two worlds are going to collide is very, very interesting to me. Like it reminded me a lot of like when the Simpsons and Family Guy joined forces and crossed over, or for that matter, that's a good example. Because when the Simpsons and Family Guy cross over, yes, they're two similar shows, but they really don't have much to do with each other. They have different styles of how they tell comedy. You know what I'm saying? But they're both just as wacky. And it worked. It was a good episode when it came out. Or when the Simpsons crossed over with The Critic, or when he crossed over with Futurama. Even though they're both shows that are under the scope of Matt Groening, they're all three totally different shows, especially Futurama, because it takes place in a different time period. So for that matter, it still worked for what it could do, but it was crazy. It was crazy. So what I'm saying is, I know I'm going all over the place because I'm just hyped right now because we finally got the information we needed to get. They're finally posting stuff on social media. All the cast and the crew of both shows are taking pictures with each other. Like everything is just where it needs to be. And it should have happened and we knew it was going to happen. And the reason people were guessing right was because both shows take place in Philly in modern day time. Both shows are under the umbrella of the Disney Corporation, with Abbott being on ABC and It's Always Sunny being on FX. Both shows are really funny shows, but they just have different elements in their world. It's Always Sunny lives in this crazy, extremely crazy version of Philadelphia. The part that none of us really know unless you live out there, where it's just a lot of drunk, crazy white people and occasionally other people as well. But this is what they show you. Whereas Abbott just shows you there's a bunch of crazy black people, even though they're not drunk because they have professions that they have to do. But this is what's going to make it. I'm just envisioning in my mind like how this group from Sunny, the Sunny crew, is going to pull up to Abbott or vice versa. If they're going to pull up to Patty's, maybe one day they get lost and they show up to Patty's. Like the possibilities are there. And I'm just like, intrigued as to what may happen. How is it going to happen? I want to see Ava Coleman have moments with Sweet D, with D Reynolds, and they just laugh. I want to see legends like Miss Chimenti and Frank Reynolds. I want to see them have a joke and a laugh. And I don't know. I mean, Janine is definitely going to be like talking to some of them. Maybe Charlie, and maybe Mac is going to be with Tyler James Williams' character. Forgot his name. But either way, this is going to be a very interesting combination. And I just wanted to take the time, if you didn't know, to let you know now that this is happening. And it's happening really soon. And this might be one of the best crossovers in television history. I don't even know when's the last time we even really had one. But these are the type of crossovers that I like. The ones where they shouldn't even happen, but they happen and they work. Like I said, I liked when The Simpsons did it, when they had their numerous crossovers. I liked when Brooklyn Nine-Nine did a crossover with New Girl. It shouldn't have worked, but it worked. I like those type of crossovers. The ones that you already know are going to happen are cool. Don't get me wrong. Like the whole DC Arrowverse kind of thing when they bring everybody together, like those are cool. You know that's going to happen. You know it's going to happen when Bones was it Bones? No, when Buffy the Vampire Slayer hook like crossed over with Angel, you knew it was gonna happen. You knew those things were gonna happen at the times they needed to happen, and you were hype about it. But when they throw just caution to the wind and say, let's swing for the fences, this is the type of stuff that you're gonna get. And I am here for it. Don't knock it till you try it, people. Don't look at this and go, how's this gonna work? I don't think this is gonna work. This is gonna work on so many levels, and you people do not even realize how. For one, this is going to work because you have the people that write It's Always Sunny are smart. And they're good at what they do. This is why they have so many seasons. I think they're coming close to 20 seasons if they haven't hit it already. And then Abbott Elementary smart. They have some incredible writers on there, and they've won awards for writing, if I'm right, but they definitely won an award for the show. So at the end of the day, these two minds will do a fusion dance, and they'll become one show for maybe one, maybe two episodes. Maybe there might be an episode where they go to Abbott, and there might be an episode where they come off of Abbott and tell the camera crew to go away and just do a regular show, and you see them on FX, which brings me to my next point. The reason this will work in so many ways is that for the people who don't take the time to watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, for the people who didn't even know it existed, this is their way into that limelight. Because now, if you didn't know that this show was alive for so many seasons and so many years, now you'll know because it's on a major network. It's Always Sunny has always been on FX. And then you could stream it on Hulu. And at times, if any other company like Netflix had it at one point, and they might still have it, but you didn't know. You didn't know unless you had a friend that was really into the show. And even then, you didn't really trust it because you have your own style of humor from your friend. Y'all know the vibes. But now, this comes on a major network like ABC. It crosses over. People find this group funny on this show. It might make them want to jump to FX. FX, low-key, has a lot of underrated, underappreciated shows that don't get the love they deserve. This new show, English Teachers, is catching people off guard right now. Reservation Dogs was good. Louis, before he got in trouble, that was a good show. Better Things was cool. What We Do in the Shadows is great. And the reason it's all great, can't forget about Archer. Archer was good too. And the reason they were all great was because one of these shows had to walk for them to run. And one of those shows was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So this will catapult them. And then it will also catapult the other stars. For example, Kaylin Olsen currently has a show on ABC called High Potential. It's actually a very underrated show. I actually watched the first couple of episodes. I thought it was all right. It's basically Good Will Hunting if the genius wasn't a janitor and instead they were this genius is also this genius is a janitor on both levels. So Good Will Hunting, that genius was a janitor in a college. High Potential, this genius is a janitor in a police station. Okay, so basically it's Good Will Hunting with cops. So it's cool. But anyway, now you see her in this crossover, you might be intrigued to go see her other work, which would include It's Always Sunny and High Potential. So the doors can open up in all levels for everybody involved. And the crossovers can be dope and reach for all networks. For people that don't want to watch Abbott Elementary for whatever reason, now they're going to watch it, and vice versa for It's Always Sunny. So do not knock this crossover until you try it. And if it's actually good, we'll see what it does in the future for both shows. But for now, we know what's happening. We know this crossover is coming through and is about to be a game changer. Thank you, Quinta. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Is his name really Dennis? I don't think it is. But thank you, Dennis, Charlie, Kaylin, Danny DeVito, everybody who has a hand in both of these shows. Please Let's make TV history. Let's get this off the ground. Let's get it crazy. I can't wait to see what happens next. But what do you think is going to be with this crossover? Do you think it's going to be fire? Is there anything I am missing? Let me know. Let everybody know. Put it in the comments. What do you want to see from this crossover? Is there any side characters that you want to see jump into the crossover? For example, the custodian from Abbott Elementary. Do you want to see him be cool with those crazy brothers that always be pissing the Patty's Club off? Or that crazy preacher that turned homeless? Or hot waitress chick? Do you want to see her have a laugh with Ava Coleman? What do you want to see? Let us know in the comments below. As always, follow us on all social media. The link tree is in the description. Holla at your boys. Let's talk about this crossover and so much more on Nerds in the Hood. We appreciate you for watching. We'll catch you next time. Peace, people.